Come. There it is. I think that's it. Coming at you live from DNHQ in beautiful South Pasadena, California. This is the Blue Heaven Podcast. What's going on, Dodgers Nation? My name is Clint. You can find me as Real FRG on Twitter and Instagram.
You really threw me off with that intro. I didn't know what was happening. We're on such a tight schedule. We just run such a tight ship over here, and everything is so accurate and precise and pristine.
Yep.
And drunk.
Yep.
What's up, guys? My name is Brooke. You can find me at BrookeMe3 on Twitter and Instagram. On today's show, well, the game sucked. You guys probably just watched it. That was trash. That was a real snooze fest, but we'll give them a pass on that one because they played a lot of baseball over the past weekend. But
some excuses.
Starting rotation, shockingly very good considering how much we trashed it before the season start. Also, Clayton Kershaw maybe on a 2022 Cy Young case right now because he is pitching like he's still not throwing very hard. He's still not throwing very hard.
He loves hearing vintage. Rest in peace, Blake Treinen. We got some updates on Blake with the Q Treinen. In lieu of that, the bullpen guys are going to need to step up, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. There's a possible, likely, it looks like it's locked in for justice. Ryan Pepiot, friend of the show. Pepiot is going to make his debut on Wednesday. So a lot of good stuff coming up on this edition of the Blue Heaven Show. Yes, we're not talking so much about the game. If you want a post-game show, it's not our thing. We're doing some our thing. That's my own thing. Anyways, we are a podcast, though. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, Pandora, everywhere your podcasts are available for free. We live there. Go check us out. Leave a good review, please. It means a whole lot. And leave a bunch of stars. Do subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. Hit that bell. Hit a like. Really helps out the channel. Really helps out Doug, and that's all that really matters at this point, guys. Don't forget, this is a live stream. We do this every Monday. We've been here for many years. It never ends. Listen, man.
It never ends.
I've been podcasting weekly for a long time.
So make sure you drop into that chat. Talk to us. Let us know that you're alive. Let us know that we're alive because we don't feel alive very often. Jumping in the chat real quick. Base Lord said you guys look handsome today. However, that happened before we actually came on. So you know what? I'm just going to take it and run with it. We do look handsome today. I feel it. Anthony Keaton jumping in says, yo, happy Monday, my dudes. Anthony, always good to see you. I think Anthony's up in the Bay Area, if I remember. I think I'm going to go to that Giants series.
Must be nice.
You want to come?
Clip that. When is this?
June? I don't know.
Second weekend of June.
Oh. Eric's here, by the way, guys. There's producer Eric. Look at that.
You can't jump in with your voice.
Looking dapper and dashing and dancer and prancer. They're all dead, right? All those... He's Jewish. He doesn't understand.
I don't know the life of reindeer. Probably. I feel like Rudolph is, probably on some stem cell treatment or something to keep him young.
Swag Daddy McGee said, I just got out of the shower. We got a face reveal from Swag Daddy McGee. Did you know that?
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Delicious.
He tagged me in a tweet, I think it was. A while ago. That's what it was.
Listen.
It's always nice to know what you guys look like because I don't get to see your beautiful face. Well, some of you are beautiful.
I need to open air apologize right now. I'm not good at caring enough on social media anymore. I'm gotten older. I care about my life and my own free time away from this shithole. I love it. You can't have a better job than this, to be real. But I hate these two, that's for sure. With all the love I have in my heart. But, I got time to respond to people's DMs or ats. But that's it. I'm sorry.
Justin Kim says, what's up, Brooke? How's your day? I'm feeling good. Long weekend. Chicago's tough. It's a good town, good drinking town. Deep dish is trash, by the way, for anybody who's wondering. That's my hot take for the day. Deep dish is god-awful. The best part about deep dish pizza is the 45 minutes you wait for it where you can drink pitchers of beer, and I will stand by that until the day I die. Domino's pizza is better than deep dish pizza.
Listen, you're trying too hard for a hot take. The thing about deep dish pizza, what makes it so good is that you get to tell people that it's so good, and then they try it and they question your standards.
I drank a Budweiser at the Cubs game. Well, I drank a lot of things at the Cubs game.
Yeah, and you had White Claw earlier today. Woof.
Well, look, if you're going for the record and drinks in a game, you got to kind of turn to White Claw sometimes, guys. I don't know what else to tell you.
The Budweiser is fighting the Modelo right now, so I got hiccups. But there's a few I don't know if they are Korean or Japanese characters on there, but somebody on YouTube saying Pilar coming up if Chris is badly injured. Not wishing, just asking. We were talking about that earlier. If there's a chance that CT3 does go on the IL thanks to taking one off his knee, which is not fun, I would imagine Pilar is the more likely option to come up instead of my boy Rake Lamb, which is pretty Jake lame if you ask me. But I think it's the right call to have somebody who could play premium defense at all the outfield spots than a first baseman, third baseman trying his hardest in left field. I will note, though, Rake Lamb is on a tear at AAA right now. So, yes, to your question, if CT3's out, it's going to be Pilar. I do think they buy a day or two, as they love to do with CT, and he won't go anywhere until probably after Philly.
You know what's really sad?
Or maybe travel day.
The biggest travesty of this entire week. We didn't get to go live on Mother's Day. It's really unfortunate. I was busy with all of your moms, so it makes sense that we couldn't go. But
Listen,
I mean, it just seems so fitting.
Nando390 says, my mom said you guys wished her a happy Mother's Day last night. This is true. We did. Shout out to our boy Roach for putting together a very minimal amount of effort to stitch together a your mom. What is that? An homage? Is that a package?
Yeah, package.
He put together a package for your mom.
I think the best part was like 2 weeks ago. I had someone was asking about our podcast, and another guy's like, he talks a lot about moms, and my mom's dead. And I was like, that's not my fault, brother.
So's mine. And here we are. Mario in the stream saying, Brooke, Clint, Eric, you guys are awesome. We appreciate that. We appreciate the love. This is a show it's for you guys. It's a different type of show. If you want, as we've said, if you want boring numbers and dodgery blah blah blandness, you have plenty of other options here.
But if you want to talk about deep dish pizza and your mom, this is the spot.
What really has this show become?
If Crocs are sandwiches or not?
You've listened to this show for a lot of your life.
It's a top 3 podcast on my Spotify before I even started working here.
But why? Why are we still a thing?
We got a real fanboy in here.
I think it's, you guys just have so much gravitas, as Bob Costas would say. It's the on-air presence.
That French?
It's the interaction with the fans. It's the casually drinking beers on a Monday night. It's what you guys help people break up the week.
Yeah, we are the first people to be doing it this way.
We were talking about me doing a live show by myself in the morning, drinking beers. So
that'd be great.
Breakfast with Brooke. Drop in the comments. Let us know what you think about our show.
Me doing the par 3 down at Oreo Seco, just on a live stream while I have my earpods in and just talking. Earpods.
I love Mike Earpond. Wouldn't it need to be more baseball related than golf?
I'll talk about it while I'm slicing him into the woods.
Whatever.
That might be a good show, actually.
I'll watch that show. Carnivorous Lunar Activity said Doug had a touch of the coughs. Okay. We're worried about Doug. Doug has had a nasty, lingering cough because he has these allergies that are just not going away. So if you guys have some drugs you want to send for his allergic issues, send it to our P.O. box, because why not? And also, you like this? You like with the...
Mike says you guys talk too much about drinking and not enough about baseball. Well, Mike, you didn't use the right "to," so your opinion doesn't matter in this particular instance. There's never enough talking about drinking. Jeez, come on, man.
Remember Dodger fans.
Anthony Keene also said, I'm so here for Breakfast with Brooke.
Plus, the intro of this show is literally us talking to you guys. So if it gets brought up, the beer gets brought up, that's because of a fan. So don't yell at us. Yell at somebody in the audience, if you will.
I think I brought it up.
Jenny says, hey, you go eat raw honey.
Oh, for Doug. It's good for local allergies.
I thought that was an insult.
No. Yeah, it's for Doug.
Did you see that one clip on the Instagram of the guys? He was doing old ragtime baseball insults. He's like, "Hey, your mother is a whore." I don't know. I mean, they were really bad insults. Anyways, that's the whole point.
I called Cubs fans whores on the way out of that game, by the way. So, all males.
Noble.
Yeah.
Noble of you.
Felt right, Brian.
Yeah, you're a real. He's a real gentleman, gang. Before. Where's Doug? I eat raw honey. Don't like it? You can eat raw honey.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Yeah, put it on a t-shirt. It's not going to sell to anybody. Before we get into the real baseball topics, guys, 162 games of a baseball season can feel like a grind to watch. But you can put the excitement back into each and every game with my bookie. It's my bookie, not my brookie. But my brookie here is going to tell you about run lines. He's going to tell you about money lines and props galore. Nobody gives you more opportunities to win than my bookie. Getting started is simple. Did you know how simple it is? It's a little further down.
Oh, yeah, I didn't. No, I didn't know. Yeah, my bad. Didn't know that.
Getting started is simple. Deposit $300 and play with $200 instantly. Just use promo code Dodgers Nation. All one word. It's Dodgers Nation. Claim a MyBookie deposit bonus. Whether you're a diehard fan or a newcomer to the sport, there's never been a better time to join the MyBookie family.
Absolutely. Join it, not MyBookie. Just a reminder, MyBookie. I know it's confusing when it's coming from me, but guys, go ahead and sign up today using promo code Dodgers Nation to secure your first deposit bonus up to $1,000 with MyBookie. Whatever you put in, they'll meet halfway, all the way up to $1,000. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
Yum.
That's Red Robin. But they're both yum, both delicious.
I like money. Guys, the starting rotation for your Los Angeles Dodgers. We're getting into the Dodger talk now, so Mike, there you go. It's great. It's somehow great. This was the thing. We've talked about this a couple weeks ago. This was the thing everybody was worried about going into the season. The rotation is going to be bad. They have a bunch of nobodies. They're thinking that Andrew Heaney's going to provide any sort of value, and here we are. The numbers before Julio's outing today. The numbers look good. Rattle off some numbers there, Chief.
No, I mean, you still look at Julio today. It still was not a bad outing. Obviously, 11 hits, but a lot of them, if you look at them, you're like, those aren't hits in the book, but they actually were hits in the book. So it's unfortunate it happens sometimes. First in F4 at 3.3 across starting rotations. First in ERA at 1.83. Obviously took a little bit of a hit today, allowing the least home runs per 9 innings in baseball. There's a lot of different reasons to love this starting rotation. And honestly, if you were to ask me at the beginning of the season, would this team have their starting rotation ranked as high as it is right now without so many guys that we're missing, without a fifth starter? We did not have a fifth starter coming into this year. We weren't sure if we had a fourth starter. They were like, is Tony Gonzalez going to be in? Is Andrew Heaney going to be in the bullpen? Like, is he an $8 million bullpen guy? Obviously, we were all planning to not have Trevor Bauer. So we were all looking at this rotation and saying, I don't know. This is a World Series rotation, but here we are, all these years later. Walker Buehler, his last 3 starts specifically, rattling off 21 innings and 1 earned run, and I feel like we've come a long way from that Colorado series just in general for starters. But posting a 1.1 BWAR, 198 ERA plus, Buehler is looking like the ace of the staff, which he was expected to look like, but that's one of the things that we're relying on this year, and he looks like he's shoving every time he goes out there. He looks like he's going to win the game every time he goes out there.
Yeah, I just want to throw out all Colorado stats. I think they're
doesn't count.
It's a nightmare facility. I mean, it's a lovely facility to watch, like, to watch like co-ed softball or something like that. Ooh. Or those drunk, angry, like late 40-year-old men that play softball like every night of the week, and they get in fights every time because they serve beer in the middle. I guess I'm just talking about BLD, really, but BLD. Yeah, it seems like a BLD to me. Yep. That's my thing. But Julio, again, even with the start today, scattered a bunch of hits. Somebody just said left a bunch of ducks on the pond, and he's looking good.
The Ducks play in Anaheim.
Tony Gonzalez, friend of the show, shoving. Still struggling a little bit with the walks, but, not as bad as he's been in the past.
I said he would be the best number 5 starter in all of baseball.
And you're wrong. He's the number 4 starter. The best number 5 starter in all of baseball is Clayton Kershaw.
That's what I'm saying, though, is he is one of the best back-end starters in all of baseball right now, and he's showing it, and you guys just keep sleeping on him. You keep telling me he's not a good pitcher, and I'm just over here telling you, just you wait. I bought stock in Tony Gonzalez I bought stock when we talked to him. Let's be honest. He talked to us, so he's my buddy. So I bought stock in him. However, due to shoving, 1.64 ERA, still walking guys a little bit, but much better than he was last year. The control's much better. The splitter's there, much better. Julio, today it wasn't even that bad, honestly. No. But aside from the first start of the season, before today's game, 22 innings pitched, a .82 ERA, and a 2-0 record, and he's punching out 19 and walking 5. Julio is the guy that we were expecting him to be all of a sudden, and by the way, he's also doing that with Dave putting training wheels on him, because he still is. They keep talking about him being young and wanting to protect him because he's young, but I'm like, how long can this guy be young for? I feel like he's been young since I was young.
He made his debut, 2016?
When he was 19?
When he was 19. He got a whole new shoulder and the whole thing. They babied him through that. They babied him through 19 with that weird hybrid role. They let the training wheels off as much as they could in 20, but there was not that much, pitching available to do in 20. And then 21, you go out there and see him get the most wins in baseball, which is the most important stat of all stats of all time. But between the three of those guys, I would argue the biggest surprise is Tony Gonzalez. And Eric, I want to get your opinion on Tony Smokes, the cat man, big-time cat guy. How are you feeling about Anthony Gonzalez out there this season?
I also have a lot of shares of Gonzalez in my portfolio. He's a big part of the Eric Elo fund. Yeah, I've always thought he could be one of the the best back-end starters in the league. I think he has the potential to be a top 25 starting pitcher down the road. I think once they've done what they need to do with Julio, which is just, you are a starter. We're going to leave you in the starting rotation. We're not going to drag you into the bullpen, drag you back out, make you an opener. I think having that confidence of knowing his role and having it clearly defined has really helped him this year.
Yeah, and he's told us as much. Go back a few, I forgot the last time we had him on. I think it was actually after the World Series. It was the last time we had Tony on, so we got to call him, get him back out here in the studio for the first time. But he said that was one of the biggest struggles for him, especially in that 20 postseason. He didn't know what his role was, and he went, 16 days without pitching from the end of the regular season into this? Now he's going every fifth day, and you're seeing what it does.
He also didn't have a defined role even going to the playoffs. They were like, hey, you're going to be a bullpen guy. And they were like, hey, injury, starter, go ahead. And he was just like, oh, okay, get in the game. So, I mean, if you're used to being a starting pitcher and you have that consistency, you're going to get used to it. If he comes into the office, you're going to bring your cat.
Which one?
You have 2 cats?
3 cats.
You have 3 cats?
Yeah.
That sucks, man.
Send help. They're all
at least you have a pool now.
Yeah. One of them got on top of the pool cover, and that was
wet pussy.
That's gonna be a half a star lower on our Google rating. Yeah. Tyler Anderson's another guy who stepped up.
That is a name.
In the absence, in the death of Andrew Heaney, who is on his way back, and I think we're talking a little bit more about Heaney later on in the show, but man, Tyler Anderson's getting the job done as best he can. As a starter, 5 earned runs over 14 2/3 innings pitch. He's been good. He's striking out dudes. I don't know how, because I guess herky jerky hides the ball well, but he don't really put much pizzazz on that pitch.
It's like the what's the chubby Carlos Correa? Nestor Cortez,
your mom.
Yeah. So I mean, he's like that guy. You don't have to have the high heat or anything like that to get the job done this day and age. Look at one Clayton Kershaw, which we will get to in a second. But he's definitely one of those guys. When you're talking about like somebody to fill in a rotation spot, we've never had somebody like that. We've never had somebody that can pitch 5 solid, maybe more if you were to kind of let him loose and let him go. And Dodgers changed it. The Dodgers did exactly what they did with Andrew Heaney. They changed up his pitch mix. They said, this pitch sucks, throw this one. And he was like, all right, I'll do that. Well, and look at it. It's showing.
They just teach that slider to everybody, and it works.
And then the dude now has like hovering around a 3 ERA as a starter, which is like, for a back end, not even a back end of a rotation guy, a number 6 starter, that's golden. That's amazing. That's fantastic. We did not expect to have this kind of depth at this point in the season. We also didn't expect everybody to be this healthy during the season. So
I would argue, and this isn't me trolling you guys as I usually do, but I would argue one of the bigger, I don't know what it means. It means something to me, the fact that the starters are actually staying in there long enough to be getting wins. The starters had won 14 of the 19 wins, or however many wins we have right now.
Wins.
That means something. And especially now with all these dudes hurt, you got Treinen, who's afraid to go get an MRI or whatever it is. So he's like, I'm just going to put Jesus on it and see what happens. It's a good line.
I'm gonna stay away from the Blake Treinen stuff.
I'm very happy with that line. Yeah, man, I got some interesting emails about a Treinen article this past weekend. Look, that's all I got.
But aside from those guys,
something though. It still means something for a pitcher to stay in long enough to be earning these wins, because the bullpen's going to need that help.
Offense still has to produce. Wins don't mean anything.
They could be earning the loss.
You know why Nolan Ryan never won a Cy Young Award?
Your mom?
Because he didn't have any wins. Dude played for 63 years.
You guys like that I've been throwing in the mom jokes more than you have?
Get your own personality, man.
No.
You're the guy who yells loud at games and is strangely clean.
It's very clean.
Aside from those guys, though, there is also one Clayton Kershaw having a hell of a year. So I was at the game on Saturday. Tossed 7 shutty. Oh my goodness, it was amazing. It was phenomenal. I had my Kershaw jersey on. I went into a bar that had batting cages in it after, and this guy tapped on my shoulder. Big big drunk Cubs fan. He like did the slap on the shoulder, not the tap. And I was like, I'm in trouble. I'm in danger.
Yeah.
I turned around. He's like, did you know Clayton Kershaw's washed? And I said, did you know Clayton Kershaw just tossed 7 shutout innings? And then the area proceeded to go, ooh. And I was like, I'm not in a good place. I am in trouble here. He was nice about it, though. Cubs fans have very much accepted the fact that they are a terrible team. Terrible. And they know it. They're like, hey, this team sucks. It's cool to watch the Dodgers.
You remember when they were supposed to be a dynasty? And then they just like, they had a couple injuries and they're like, nope.
That's
Let's send everybody away.
It's like the equivalent of a country like if a state separated from the United States and they're like, we're going to be a dynasty. And then they were back the next week.
They're the real Brexit of, look at me hitting all these controversial topics.
I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. I'm kind of an idiot now.
I think their thing was, hey, Rizzo, Bryant, you guys want less money? No? Forget it. Anyways, that's me being Theo Epstein.
However,
Kershaw, great. Kershaw, good. Kershaw, delicious.
First 5 starts of the season, 30 innings pitched, 1.80 ERA, 32 punchies. Right now, he ranks 9th in starter ERA. It's still very early, obviously.
Oh, we care about ERA now?
Number 2 starter in whip, which when he's on, his whip is phenomenal. And we know that because he doesn't walk a lot of guys. He doesn't give up a lot of hits. We're looking at this guy now. I didn't think we'd be at a point at any point in a season, at any single point in any given season from here on in his career, where we look at it and say, hey, he has an outside shot at a Cy Young this year. I didn't think we'd ever be back there. But here we are. Obviously still very early. A lot could happen. He's old. I'm old. You're very old.
Huh?
But the current FanDuel odds, it's not improbable. It could happen.
In a year that has been so improbable.
The Kershaw has happened. Right now, Corbin Burns listed as a favorite, correct, at plus 500.
Yep.
Not
Same
bad.
as Scherzer. Scherzer's the same odds.
We understand odds.
Yeah. Walker Buehler at plus 1,200. Clayton Kershaw at plus 1,700. I think before the season, I had said Walker Buehler would win his first Cy Young award. That is also a very real possibility.
Fucking Homer.
Sorry. I just have strong beliefs in him. Okay, I believe in my team, right? But we're really looking at nothing has changed with Clayton Kershaw, by the way. Zero has changed. Same pitch use, almost identical pitch usage from 2021 the entire season right now, which means that he's not going to mix it up any more than he is right now. He's going to do what he continues to do.
He hasn't mixed it up for the last 5 years. He's been the same exact dude.
Still does not have the cambio.
Reaction. We got reaction cam.
That is just such a bummer that you would say that on the show.
We're not big fans of calling the change up the cambio around here. I think it's outplayed and overused, and we don't like it very much.
Love you, Jay here.
So, what are we calling it? Better execution, luck? What is it?
You rather be lucky than good in any of these ball sports.
He's like league average in like exit velocities and barrels and like all of these things that talk about contact rate and all these things. But his walk percentage is fantastic.
You gotta be playing some bad teams. That does play.
That's another part of it that Eric also unearthed. If Eric, you have something to say about that, I believe.
I was just going through the stats and looking at all the teams he started against. And I think at the time when I looked, I think it was Saturday afternoon, only Minnesota was in the top 10 by OPS in the whole league. And the one game he was awful was against the Braves, which I think we would agree is a pretty good lineup. But Clint, you missed a golden opportunity to include Clayton Kershaw and wins. Because for the first time ever in his career, he's won 4 of his first 5 games without recording a loss.
You gotta love pitcher wins.
So they're giving him the Chris Paddock treatment. You know what Padres fans and Chris Paddock's brother really didn't like? When I exposed him. And I said, you know why he's good? Because he plays shitty teams. And that's all they do because they want to fluff up his ego and make him feel good about himself. And then what happened when he started playing good teams?
Best number 5 starter in baseball right now.
Mike Clevenger?
No, Kersh.
Oh.
You got a Hall of Famer as your number 5 guy. You could argue he's your number 3 guy, but he's not the number 1 guy right now. He's playing the right teams. He is getting some luck, but also I think him taking, this is really bothering me, I think him taking that time off and not throwing until January really effing helped him. I think it did. I mean, just giving himself that much of a chance to clear the old noggin. He didn't pitch at all in October, which is, a first. He's only done that, once or twice in his career where the team didn't make it in 10 and 11?
Roach doesn't even watch our show. He doesn't even know who we interviewed.
Ask your mom.
We didn't talk to Buster Olney this week. People from San Bernardino, I swear.
I mean, some of Kershaw you could argue is a little bit luck. If you look at the 239 BABIP, I mean, that's probably going to, result in some more hits. So there is some luck involved there.
But it's Clayton Kershaw.
Well, I love Clayton Kershaw.
All right, so here we are. It is May 9th at 7 p.m.
Don't date the show.
On a Monday. I would never date the show. Don't like to tie myself down to shows like that. So the big question is, where do we
with the show?
Where do we stand on Clayton Kershaw's Cy Young chances in 22? And for that, I will turn to Eric to answer the question very early on. Where do you stand on his Cy Young chances this year?
I think you guys said it best. I think it's an outside chance. I want to see a few more months, but the Dodgers have done an incredible job of, picking really nice landing spots for him. It's like, we're not going to start you in Coors. We're going to start you in this funky, weird Twins game in the morning. It's cold. I mean, I think all that really helped him out. But I mean, it says something, right? FanDuel is like the #1 sports book, and Clayton Kershaw is the #4 Cy Young candidate on there. So my bookie's also a great sports book too.
Thank you.
But look, I think he has a chance to do it, and I don't think there'd be. I think this would be, if he were to win this would be the sweetest Cy Young of his career. I think this may even be better than winning the MVP. Maybe even better than winning an ERA title. Would be winning a 4th Cy Young when everyone just thought he was down and out.
I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it done with pitchers in the past. Of course, that was in the steroid era. That's probably not going to happen again that way. But.
Another good point I had not thought about before all of this. Jose Rodriguez is a good point. You also have to give the dead ball credit. And there's a little something to that, because Clayton Kershaw at his worst, or when he's not right or not doing particularly well, does give up the long ball pretty freaking often. So... Yeah. There might be something to that. Maybe he is benefiting from that. And you know what? That's fine.
I'm going to enjoy...
Because we are not benefiting from it.
I'm going to enjoy this version of Clayton Kershaw we're getting right now. We did not think we would get this. We didn't even know if we'd be getting Clayton Kershaw pitching meaningful games at all. Maybe you thought he would be heading out on a AAA rehab assignment at this point. In from what we saw at the end of 2021, him walking off the mound, the whole sights and sound, him still holding the ball, him wearing his damn jersey in the post-game press conference when he was removed from the game at the 2nd or 3rd inning. You didn't know what you're going to get from Kershaw. You didn't know if you're ever going to see him back. You can go as far as that. And to see this right now, if he wins a Cy Young, hell yeah. If he doesn't, he's still going to put up a great year. And we got another year of a Hall of Fame career of Clayton Kershaw, and he's doing Hall of Fame things.
If he wins a Cy Young this year, I feel like I have to do something special.
Stop doing things.
I know. I have to.
You just keep doing things, and then you immediately regret them, and then I got to film you struggling.
I'm at like the jackass point in my career.
5-pound burrito.
Listen, we're not going to do any butthole things.
Yeah. 5-pound burritos.
Stay out there. We're not going to get the post. Whatever. All right. If Kersh wins the Cy Young in 2022, you guys let us know what you want
I'll
Brooke
shotgun
to do.
4 of his beers in a row.
Jose Rod 5 says get a Kershaw tattoo.
Oh, you should get a Kershaw tattoo.
No, I'm pretty committed to not having Dodgers tattoos, to be honest with you.
No, it's just a Tony Crenshaw right on your
just
ass.
Tony Crenshaw just across
No, tramp stamp.
Oh.
Right across, and it's got to have like frillies. Hell yeah.
I don't know what that means. Jenny wants to know what's wrong with me. We're going to need a different show for that one, Jenny.
That's Breakfast with Brooke.
Yeah, check out Breakfast with Brooke.
Too. Just me smoking cigarettes and cracking beers in the morning.
We do need to have this show, don't we?
Yeah, we're going to have to storyboard that.
Did Brooke go live at 3 a.m. for this show?
Oh, at 3 a.m. Breakfast with Brooke. I'm like, I haven't gone to bed yet.
Because obviously your voice is going to be blown.
Yeah.
Look, we're gonna add it, and it's going to be a good time or a bad time.
Robert Baker said shave the stash if he gets the Cy Young. That's not happening.
We're probably going to get arrested. I think you should bring the mullet back.
It's on its way.
Is that what that's supposed to be?
I shaved the sides off. It's on its way.
All right, proud of you.
And
that's going to be
roots.
It's going to be a postseason mullet. Sticking to a few of the comments here. Carnivorous Lunar Activity says Kershaw, this year is all that's beautiful about baseball. It is fun to see a moment like I was just describing in the beginning of October where he walked off the mound. You didn't know if you see him again, at what capacity and when. And we're seeing this. It's cool. It's fun. Baseball's cool.
I like baseball.
Baseball.
Do you think those events you just laid out have led to people like really savoring this year for Kershaw on top of becoming the franchise all strikeout leader, on top of the almost perfect game? Like, I feel like people are appreciating it more. Right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we took it for granted for years.
I feel like he's at a point now too where he's also doing that. Like he's appreciating these
Yeah,
moments. He's appreciating what he's
a
doing
different
right
man.
now.
It's
For
a
sure he
different
is.
Kersh.
I mean, just like in little conversations, like being able to overhear them in the clubhouse, like just listening. I'm like, he just seems like a different person. And not to necessarily say that he was like a bad person before or anything like that, but he definitely feels like more appreciative of the opportunity that he has, which is a weird place to be in, but also, Father Time, he's a bitch.
Well, I think Ravitch brought up a great point when you guys interviewed him.
No, we interviewed Buster Olney.
Excuse me. Buster Olney's brother, Carl Ravitch. They had different names, same mom, long story. But, the fact that he's been in a major media market for this long and, knock on wood, has never misstepped once. He's never had one bad moment or said the wrong thing or did the wrong thing or had a, just did something stupid. And that's pretty
Got
impressive.
caught with a hooker in his bed or anything dumb. Yeah.
Well, not even like a passive-aggressive comment to a reporter. I mean, he's thrown a perfect game with the media for 15 years.
This is true. He's the perfect man. Everything about
He's
him.
never done anything wrong in his entire life. He's got too many kids, though.
I think Leslie is. I think she's talking crap. I don't know. Just the way it starts. Eat a big fat fatty.
A big fat fatty from Fat Sal's. You never had Fat Sal's?
I don't know what these things
You
are.
never had Fat Sal's? You
I
live
don't
in
know
LA.
movies.
Fat Sal's is a restaurant, dude.
I don't go to LA. LA is garbage.
Oh, you're from like Riverside, LA. Yeah. I
No.
forgot.
I'm from Whittier,
Riverside, LA.
where the girls aren't prettier.
Whittier is the Riverside of LA.
No, I would argue it's more Long Beach than anything, but okay.
Ooh.
But I hate Los Angeles. I don't like going to places where I can't park. I don't like going to places where there are people.
New guy.
I don't like LA. Me and Randy Newman do not see eye to eye. Because he loves LA.
Yeah, short people.
Short people. Don't I owe somebody like a karaoke song, don't I? I think it's Danny.
Smooth.
Just like the ocean under the moon. A couple more comments. Ladies love white chocolate here on YouTube in the stream, saying, I'll be brutally
How do you
honest.
remember that?
It's a great name. I thought Kershaw was donezo. A lot of people, I would argue a lot of people didn't. I would argue some didn't pay enough attention. That's it. That's all I got.
That's really
Back
good.
to you in the studio.
Katie says she'll be back in LA next week. Let's go eat Fat Sal's. Katie, can you bring us Fat Sal's? I probably won't be here.
And pistachios.
Yeah, we're going to need
We got to feed our Doug.
lots of pistachios. When Doug doesn't have enough pistachios, his health declines and he gets more cough. Is that a thing? Can we do that? Can we just lie?
Doug's not well.
Send us your pistachios to our P.O. box.
Send money to Doug. He needs his cough fixed.
Send a $5,000 million super chat if you want Doug to be alive. Roach says that I grow a mullet if Kershaw wins a Cy Young. Sure, whatever. I'm cool with that. I've had a mullet before. I had a good time. I had a mohawk before. I had a really good time.
Anthony Keene reminds us that we also need Coke Zero for Doug, too.
I replenished the CZ in the fridge. We're in a good spot. We got Budweiser sent to us from our friends at Budweiser. Thank you, Budweiser. Eat fresh.
I brought pistachios.
You did, but on the day where Doug's not here in the office.
I guess he's not getting any pistachios.
Katie said she'll bring him as long as I'm not there. Making enemies
This is easy.
everywhere I go.
This is easy.
I'm real good at leaving places early.
Yeah. Especially on a Wednesday. Wednesday, it's an early game.
I don't know, man.
Are we gonna-
I got
are
stuff
we-
to do. I got people to see. I got whole stuff.
So close. It was so close to great. Somebody cut that.
Yeah,
Trim that one.
I got the timestamp.
Yeah.
Lou says, what do you guys think about the slow turner in the 4-hole? Lou, I would tell you to check out our Dodgers Nation roundtable because we talked all about the batting order.
Big time company.
last
That guy's a company man.
Oh,
over there.
wait. Really just dig into the camera and plug the round table again.
Lou, listen to me. Eye contact. Check out the Dodgers Nation Roundtable. It's on our YouTube channel. It even has its own feed for Roundtable. You can check it out. It says Batting Order Shakeup. It's a great video. These guys do a fantastic job. Check it out, the channel. And make sure to subscribe, rate, review.
Wait, I got to push that
Have
button.
you read
now.
Have you read our reviews lately?
They're a little hurty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we've just completely devolved from any sort of... Like, there's the structure is still there.
Someone in here has an ex-wife with fans too, so I think that maybe is part of it.
Oh. Eric?
We're domestic partners.
Oh.
Me and you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
Oh.
So
Tax savings.
By the way, is Fat Sal's on the way here yet, or what's the deal?
Yeah, I just got a notice from DoorDash. It's coming.
Okay, cool. We appreciate that.
You want a green and red salsa?
Bear shit in the woods. Team Ruiz says fire Dave Roberts, please. We got to fire Dave Roberts in the chat. We love those.
I think half of them are fake just to get a reaction, right? Like people just kind of know that's the thing to do.
This guy,
At least half.
I've been watching these streams for a long time.
We got 1 star from Jimmy Barraza because he said that he can't listen to us with the kids in the car. We never claimed to be a family-friendly show. Jimmy, what's their mom's name?
Well, I guess he's not watching.
He's not watching anyways.
All right, let's professional it up again for at least one segment. We are now 6 games into the 162 Major League Baseball campaign with your Los Angeles Dodgers, and the injury bug is creeping up. And it's mostly attacking the bullpen. It's mostly attacking arms, as we kind of worried about, as a lot of baseball pundits kind of worried about heading to the season. Spring training happened quick. It was a short ramp up, and they're just thrown out there trying to get major league hitters. Plus, you would argue a different ball, different feeling. It is a slicker ball. I could see somebody gripping it, a certain way that could cause some issues. Maybe more in the forearm, elbow, like we saw with Kershaw last year. But we're seeing a lot of shoulder issues. Blake Treinen went from it's going to be a few days to now out until the All-Star break, which is interesting. It's supposed to be just a minor shoulder thing. I don't understand the turning down an MRI. What value?
That's going to be on Breakfast with Brooke. There's a lot of things I can say about that, but I don't want to keep it to myself in this particular situation.
Do you need to be vaccinated to go into the hospitals these days?
The MRI machines have information to steal your 5G.
Oh, don't steal the 5G.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. I'm not sure what the deal is. I think, what you say, like he's trusting Jesus or something. I don't know what his deal is with this one.
He's going to put a little Jesus on that shoulder.
But wouldn't you want to know if there's something wrong with it?
Yeah, I would not want to waste another platform season because after this year,
contract year?
It's a contract year. You want to play for that next big bag, and you want to be in your optimal health. If it is just inflammation, which is what they're saying, okay, I would still want to know. I think more information is better, but some people like select information. And that ain't me, dog. That ain't me. But he's going to be out, and that's tough. Of course, we also haven't seen him yet so far this season, but Victor Gonzalez is now going to be out, possibly for the full season, because. So you said knee. I thought it was an elbow thing. Didn't he get an elbow? He's getting an elbow scope.
He's getting an elbow
on Wednesday.
And the amount of time in which he is out is going to be determined on the results of that scope and cleanup. But it sounds like it's going to be, if we see him in September, cool. If not, we've gone really the last couple of years without Victor Gonzalez. Sucks.
Yeah, here's the thing. The dude hasn't pitched in a big league game since August 2021. And even when he was pitching in big league games, he looked to have lost it from 2020. 2020 was just such a weird year, obviously, for so many different reasons. But it presented a really good opportunity for guys who are not very good to pretend like they were. And I'm not saying that that's the case for Victor. I am saying that maybe it was an outlier for him, and maybe he's not that guy. But if he can be healthy, like, he's going to be a useful arm. He's going to be a useful dude. And the vagueness surrounding it was like...
Yeah. That's usually the telling sign with the Dodgers.
That
when they
usually
give you
means
nothing.
That means you're out for the season most of the time. When they give you absolutely nothing, it just is like the next day, like the Eddie Rios thing. Same thing, where it's like, we're not really sure. Like, we don't really want to talk about it that much. Like, he's getting looked at, and then it's like, oh, yeah, by the way, torn labrum out for the season. So, by the way, he won't be here. And it was just like, what?
It's... You're thankful that you had some of these. You're now extra more thankful for the Dodgers going out and getting not Blake Treinen, Blake Treinen's friend Craig Kimbrell, because without Kimbrell, I mean, Treinen was supposed to be the damn closer at one point. That's where it looked like it was going.
That's my favorite comment so far.
Cool.
We can't read that one on air, but man, you guys really got to get to me.
You got a hat coming for you at Dodger Stadium. You were expecting a lot of these dudes to come. Damn it, I was caught myself. To be options before Kimbrell and to really be able to lock it down for Justice. I said lock it down. You distracted me there. It's a great comment. But you're without him, and now some other dudes, they really need to step up, and that's where the Dodgers are going to be right now. Again, you're grateful that they made that Kimbrel trade. He's there, and now it's going to be up to the Phils, as we call them. We got Phil Asio. We got Phil Bickford, and we got Evan Phillips, who it even feels like they're kind of backing off on the Phillips love a little bit. Dave hasn't been going to him as much, I guess, really just in the last week.
Do you think Tommy Conley picks up some of the high leverage right-hander stuff?
Canley?
Excuse me, Mr. Canley.
Canley's going to be a big guy. Brewster, as Matt Veskers would call him, Brewster Gratterall would be the number one option, and he's probably now the official de facto setup man behind Kimbrel to have Canley there picking up some innings, and you hope he can stay healthy. You could hope he can be that guy that they signed after the 2020 season there. But you're losing a couple of potential key arms. One with Victor Gonzalez, and the other one being, somebody you're going to rely massively on with Treinen. And you do have some options coming to hopefully help you. Caleb Ferguson has been making some strides in his rehab. I don't know what the numbers look like.
Not good.
David Price is ready to come off the IL for the COVID, but he's just kind of chilling in the dugout, and that weird saga with the Dodgers and David Price and not knowing what to do
is he a coach now?
Is weird. Craig mentions Alex Vesia. Of course, Vesia is still going to be around. You hope he can still remain being the guy he was last year. Danny Duffy's going to be a guy who shows up eventually, hopefully mid-season. And Dustin May, same thing. Maybe is, huh?
Vesia is the guy that's going to push in the bullpen this year.
I just said that.
Right. So I'm saying he's going to be one of the main guys this year. Like, you talk about Brewstar a lot, and don't get me wrong, you guys know I was on the Brewstar train before he pitched a game for the Dodgers.
Brother Gatorade, yes,
for sure. However, I don't think he's there. I just don't think he's there yet. He will be. I don't think he's there yet. Vesia, on the other hand, has got the pitch mix, man.
Yeah, but I don't think Dave trusts a left-hander to be a primary
You're right about that.
Setup guy.
You're right about that for sure. I don't know what the deal
and that's
is.
why I was listing off other righties. People are getting upset about the Vesia thing, but we're talking about a high-leverage right-handed arm.
Yeah.
When we're talking about Treinen.
We're talking about somebody to not replace, but replace Blake Treinen.
Fill that role, yeah.
Yeah, no, Phil is, we already mentioned.
Canley's nasty. Canley is very nasty.
Justin talking about Mitch White too. I like what we see out of Mitch White when we see him. I don't think he's not a leverage reliever for sure, but he's somebody who can get a lot of outs in different spots, and that's going to be the important for the future of this team. But also look again, like I was about to say, Dustin May, look to that guy in about 3-4 months. He could be a real difference maker, but you start to worry about things because this is right around the time last year where they started falling apart, injuries. Everybody was dead. Our pets' heads are falling off.
I don't have a pet.
Cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. But just keep holding it together.
Would not be surprised at all to see them make a move for a leverage reliever. Would not be surprised at all.
I mean, they're set up for it, especially
they don't have a setup man
with all that extra Bauer money laying around now.
I never see Craig Kimbrel also. I feel like I never.
Didn't he go 2 weeks throwing one game or something?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's
he's like the
closer.
He's like the anti Kenley.
Yeah.
Dave was like tie game. Just throw him in there.
I don't trust that whole Kenley thing. I don't trust that whole closer thing. Sometimes I don't like it. Is what I should say. That's it.
Are you saying it should be a closer by committee?
No, I think it's just somebody should pitch in the 9th inning. When there's a lead.
That would be a closer by committee.
No, I think just somebody should pitch in the 9th inning.
That would be a closer by committee.
No.
Yeah, that would be a closer by committee.
They're the 9th inning outgetter.
I feel like you're using different words for the same thing.
Yep.
Listen, that's my bit.
Okay.
They stole my bit. Simpsons reference.
My bird.
Stole my bird.
He went a week without appearances. He pitched on April 8th and then pitched on April 15th. It's somewhat consistent, but it's not what we're used to seeing with Kenley, where it seemed like every freaking night he pitches. But they definitely give Gratterall. They've given Gratterall a ton of run this year. I feel like they've actually given him some opportunities in big spots, which is good because I think he has a lot of potential, but still not missing bats as often as you'd like to see.
That's not his thing. He's not. He throws 100, 101, 102. He's not a bat misser. He has nasty run and they make soft contact.
Yep.
Mostly soft contact. He's still not giving up bombs or anything like that. I'm happy with what we get out of Brewster in that spot. And if he's going to have to be the guy to step up in the absence of Treinen, I'm cool with that. I think you'd be worse off with other options.
Well said.
Thank you.
Well said.
Tyler Anderson will eventually be a guy that's back in the bullpen as well.
Evan Phillips, I think, is just one of those dudes that they just like. It happens every time. Doc recognizes a guy who has stuff, who has a hot streak. He rides that guy until his hot streak breaks massively. And it feels like that's what happened with Evan Phillips. Evan Phillips still has a very good pitch mix and like devastating wipeout stuff, but I just think they just didn't use him right. Dave has a tendency to do that.
Yeah, we've given no love to Dan Hudson, my boy.
I forgot he existed until this moment.
I think he leads the team in reliever ERA.
Like in a good way or a bad way?
Good way. He's
Okay.
at 104. This is among qualified, so there's probably some reliever that got 2 outs and someone's about to comment, you forgot so-and-so. But this is among qualified by Fangraphs. He has a 1.04 ERA.
And we got thick boy Evan Phillips. Not Evan Phillips. Sorry, Reyes.
The burrito.
Reyes Moranta.
I forgot about Reyes.
His royal thickness.
No love for Robbie Erlin. We kind of skipped Robbie Erlin, too.
He just died today.
Yeah.
I think Moranta needs like a real good music, like walking, like real good music.
Like Dust Off Volver.
No, it's got to be.
Something thick.
It's got to have some real bass. What is that one? We love Tito's Tacos.
Yeah, to the
There
Tito's
it is.
Tacos song?
That's where it is. But
I'm
yeah,
down with that.
he's gonna be one of those first guys that when we need somebody more better, as they say.
Somebody called him thick Pedro Baez, and I was like, that's not nice. That's not nice to any of them.
nobody ever
to
wants to be-
either of them.
Nobody ever wants to be called Pedro Baez. By the way, he was. I think we talked about it last week. He was released by the Astros.
Yeah, he's dead.
Anybody want to see that guy back?
Nope.
Good answer.
And in other Astros news.
Oh, you want to talk about
Well, I know Brooke wants to talk about
World Series champion Josh Reddick?
it. Yeah.
What is he doing now? He works at
He's
Kmart.
playing baseball in Australia.
No, he works at Kmart.
In
the printer
Australia. I would have thought it was a trash can section. Listen, he was so bad at baseball in the Mexican League that he had to go to an entirely different continent where the toilets go the wrong way just to continue trying to play baseball.
Toilets are upside down?
Yes.
Clearly, he's never watched that Simpsons
It's
episode.
a Simpsons reference.
You guys got to start watching like real shows.
What do you suggest? Something stupid?
Ted Lasso's pretty good.
Ted
I'll give
Lasso's pretty
Brooke
good.
credit for that.
Yeah, but like I feel like all of Brooks' things he just watches because other people suggested it first.
Yeah, because I'm a good friend.
He wants a bespoke experience.
I don't know what that
They're
means.
not a sponsor. They're not a sponsor.
That's bespoke post. Not yet. Got to have a goal.
Then how come you don't watch The Simpsons? You got 39 years of The Simpsons to catch up
There's
on.
39 seasons. of
I
The
have no
Simpsons.
idea. It feels like it.
Just watch the first 10 seasons. That's all you
I don't
need.
really watch cartoons.
It's not a cartoon.
It's not?
It's a
Jake.
it's a multimedia experience.
Yeah. It's
okay, my bad, guys.
Justin Kim says Family Guy. Man, I don't watch any of these things anymore.
Anyway, Josh Reddick sucks and went to Australia.
Yeah, it's great.
There you go, Brooke.
Eat
He got kicked out of Mexico?
yeah. I think he was down there.
Even Ricky Vaughn made it. Or no, not Rick Vaughn. The catcher. I don't remember the catcher's name.
Rocky Gale.
No. I don't know. The catcher from Major League. Where his knees were all trash. I
I
don't
don't
remember
forget his name. Rick,
He's the love story.
That's not his name.
That's not his name at all.
Speaking of love stories, your friend Ryan Pepiot is looks like he's gonna be making his big league debut on Wednesday.
My best friend is about to be a big leaguer.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
I'm proud of
buddy.
you. For
we did it,
Ryan.
Ryan. I'm gonna DM him and be like, "We did it, man. We effing did it."
The rumors, the reports, and I think
Jake Taylor, that's his name.
Kirsten confirmed it after the game today. Pepiot's making his big league debut on the Wednesday, very early in our morning in Pittsburgh. Nice spot to make your splash, I guess.
Did you guys
A
know
very nice soft landing for your first big league start, for sure.
Nice ballpark. Short little walk to the park from their hotel.
Yeah, bottom third offensive team. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're really bad.
they put up 5 runs today?
He's on the taxi squad already. He's been really good at AAA so far. You got the numbers.
Someone's getting a DFA. Is he on the 40 man now?
No.
No, he's not. Someone's getting a DFA.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I like when that happens. That's good news. Not for me. I mean, not for them, but for me. 6 starts at OKC, which is historically a very offensive-heavy league. We know this because people come up with ridiculous numbers and then don't produce. Guys like Jake Lamb absolutely destroy the ball there. Come up, don't produce. I hope you get to clip that. I do.
I wasn't paying attention.
No, I figured you weren't. 6 starts, 2.05 ERA, 36 punchies across 26 and a third. He was player of the month. I mean,
He's been good.
This is a guy that they've been talking about for a while. This is a guy where they're like Bobby Miller, Ryan Pepiot. Everyone views Bobby Miller as like the next like lower tier of Walker Buehler. And I think that's going to be accurate. I do think that's going to be accurate. But behind him, I think you're going to have, there's a very good chance in the next 5 years we have a run of Walker Buehler, Bobby Miller, and Ryan Pepiot in the order somehow. Julio's going to obviously be mixed in there. We're getting real close to needing to sign that dude to a contract, by the way. I keep forgetting about that. But Ryan Pepiot very, very well could be like a back end of the rotation kind of guy for like a decent amount of time, and a very good one. And he's got a lot of stuff to work on. He's got to clean stuff up. We saw it in spring. He wasn't all there.
Yeah.
Where he's at right now, his changeup, which is like apparently elite big league level.
Yeah, that plays up. He just needs control on fastball.
Yep.
He needs, that other
A better
secondary
third pitch.
which him spending some time up here with Mark Pryor, with more Connor Mack, with more all of these guys, Josh Bard down there. He's gonna have a lot of time.
I love me some Josh Bard.
And
Underrated.
also throwing with, your throwing partner be these big leaguers who have the nasty pitch. That's where you pick it up.
And Steve.
Yeah.
Steve. We're LinkedIn friends. I don't know if you call it friends on LinkedIn.
Is John Langley still a bullpen catcher as well?
I don't think so.
Oh wait, no, he's gone, and Chico is the bullpen catcher. I forgot
bullpen
about
guy,
that.
yeah.
It's awesome though. Another one of our friends of the show making his big league debut. I think that's 4, 5, 6 of them now.
Which means he's about to get traded.
He's gonna get traded, but he's the right guy for this spot right now. I've seen some Bobby Miller. Bobby Miller, you want him to be getting consistent starts in one spot, not having to fly, not having to shuffle a bunch of up and down. He will be a player on this team later on in the season. Also, you mentioned the DFA. Somebody will need to get DFA to get Ryan on the roster. No, because you have 2 opportunities for 60-day IL opportunities.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
You got Blake and you got Victor, who was going to be at least 60 days. So it's going to be good. It's going to be a good opportunity to see this
you
guy.
saw the 40-man. Huh?
Yeah. It's going to be a really good opportunity to see this guy.
We might get 2 guys.
Yeah. It could happen.
It could happen. Look, I just really want
Maybe
the
Jake
best
Lamb gets a spot.
for my
boy, Rake Lame.
His opt-out is coming up pretty soon. It's this month, so they kind of have to.
I still think it's going to be Pilar. He's just doing gooder.
He has such a stupid face, though.
Yeah, he really does.
Great glove, though.
No one cares.
No. He's one of them fake hustle guys. Gets the job done, though.
It's been a topic conversation today.
I love watching him play the game, but he's one of those dudes, Pilar, who sets up for the diving play. You see a lot of these big leaguers.
Oh, shoot. Katie's grandma's watching on Facebook. I hope she didn't tune in earlier. Sorry, Grandma. We love you.
Well, to your point, Glenn, Gamble did it today in the Pirates game on that Justin Turner's hit. Like, didn't need to dive for it.
Yeah.
Dontrell even called him out for it. Like, probably didn't need to dive for that.
I will give an abundance of credit to Cody Bellinger for never being one of those dudes. Cody could probably have gotten a Gold Glove last year in 95 terrible games with the bat because he was a Gold Glover in 2019, and he just made like 5 or 10 fake diving plays or something like that because they love the diving plays, these kids these days, but you don't always need to dive, and Kevin Pillar's big time I don't need to dive, but you know what?
What was that?
That's stutter stepping and then
tippy tappy.
Yeah. You know, like that one guy in the thing. This is gonna be another reference that nobody really knew.
We got a lot of those, so you could check it out in our review section because people say that a lot. Also, we make fart jokes apparently.
Oh, yeah. Big time fart sniffer energy. That's what I hear. But it's going to be fun. If you guys want to listen to our interview with Ryan Pepiot, check it out. It's on our YouTube channel. Hey, and while you're there, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Leave a like. It really helps out the channel.
Watch the ads, too, you losers.
Yeah, watch all the ads. Brooke needs
money.
He needs a new haircut.
Things have gone very badly in my life. Guys, this guy right here.
Oh, I didn't officially do the outro yet.
Are we not leaving?
I mean,
it's over.
It's pretty much over.
This is the end.
This is the end. My only,
Playing aggressively at you during the show.
He's a very angry guy. He's only had a White Claw today and a Modelo, so he needs to get home. He needs to get the hell out there at Rocco's. That's what he needs.
God bless that place.
Oh, Rocco's. Home of my two true loves.
Yeah.
Sarah and Modelo.
Damn it. I thought I was going to make the cut there.
Oh, and Eric. Sorry, Eric. My bad.
Anyways, that's about it, guys. Find us on the internet at DodgersNation.com. I already told you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, but while you're also on the internet, go ahead and subscribe to our podcast, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Everywhere your podcasts are available free, we're there. We're uploading more content there as well because we have this. We have our roundtable. If Eric ever does a 3 up, 3 down you guys like, we might upload it. I wish I could just zoom in on you right now. Just really get in there. This really helps out the channel.
I'm just gonna cry as soon as you guys leave. Just on the couch there.
You're gonna cry in the shower at the gym.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Gold's Gym.
No, I'm a 24-hour fitness now. They have a jacuzzi and it's cheaper and it's closer. Boom.
Did you hear that?
That guy is BrookMe3 on the Twitter and the Instagram. I am RealFRG, and that other guy is at EEULAU. That's Eric Ulo on the Twitter. Don't follow him on Instagram. He doesn't post much. And how many photos did you have?
Follow me on Instagram. My Instagram account is fire.
We had a bet on how many photos that he would have on his camera roll, and I said it would be south of 1,000, and it was south of 1,000. And I'm not a big picture guy, and I got like 4,000 pictures on my camera roll.
Brooke, Gary talks about it all the time. Brooke does not see big picture.
That's true. That's a good point. Guys, we are at Dodger Nation on Twitter and on Instagram as well. Out of respect for Mother's Day and out of respect for Katie's grandma, I will not make your mother joke at the end of this. However, I miss you, baby. What's good? All right. See you guys next week.
Bye. Word to your grandma.